Teaching skills. Communicating with parents. There are many professional roles and responsibilities in a school or learning center. One important role for teachers is to communicate with parents and give them information about their child's progress in class. Professionalism is demonstrated in a lot of different areas. You need to keep a positive attitude and high standards of behavior. Create fair, respectful, trusting, and supportive relationships with your learners and their parents. Have current knowledge of a range of teaching, learning, and class management strategies, and know how to use and adapt them. Personalize learning to give all learners the chance to do their best. Be aware of safety issues and make sure children are safe at all times. Communicate effectively with learners and colleagues and work with your team. Be open to guidance and follow advice and feedback. Reflect on your teaching and improve through ongoing formal and informal professional development. Last but not least, communicate effectively with parents and carers. Give relevant and well-timed information about progress and well-being. Parents choose a school or learning center for their child because they believe it's the best road to success. Parents want to be respected by the teachers and other staff members. They want to have a comfortable and social school environment, and to be connected on social media with the school and other parents. Perhaps most importantly, they want professional teachers who they can trust and communicate well with. There are many things you can do to be polite. These guidelines will help you make parents feel welcome and to trust that your school is the best choice. At every opportunity, greet parents appropriately, gain eye contact and smile naturally. Make sure you're approachable so parents feel they can chat to you. Take time to make small talk. Try to remember things about the parent and their family or hometown. Be friendly and positive. Use appropriate language. Be respectful of gender, age, cultural background, etc. Listen attentively. Show you're interested and respect parents' ideas and opinions. Respect other people's time. Try to be specific in your comments without rushing. Avoid gossip. Always have positive things to say if you talk about others. Avoid using special teaching terms that may be unclear to parents. Comment and explain simply and carefully. Use humor carefully. Know what is and isn't appropriate in your situation. Your manners can make a big difference to how other people feel about you and the school. When you're polite and show good manners, others are more likely to treat you in the same way. Interpersonal skills are connected to a person's EQ, or emotional intelligence quotient. They describe how well we can relate to other people. People with good interpersonal skills have empathy. This means they try to put themselves in the shoes of the parent and try to understand any concerns they have. They are careful and sensitive when they comment on any issues or areas of work that the parent could support their child with more at home. They listen carefully. This is the easiest way to discover any worries or problems. They have an open and positive attitude and never have negative, fixed ideas. They're flexible when they try to help the parent with a can-do attitude. And they are discreet and make sure parents can trust them. This means they never discuss students with other parents or talk in a negative way about the school or staff. The key thing is to remember to always be professional and polite. Nonverbal communication has an important effect on how the listener feels and how well the communication goes. This includes body movements, which can be, for example, hand gestures and nodding the head. Nodding encourages the other person. It shows warmth and openness and can make everyone less shy or nervous. Your posture can be open or closed. This can show how confident or open you are. If you're sitting or standing in a closed posture, you may have your arms folded, legs crossed, and lean away from the other person. This signals that you are uncomfortable or not interested. With an open posture, you sit or stand up straight, directly facing the other person and with your hands apart. This shows that you're comfortable, open, and interested in listening and communicating. Good eye contact gives the impression of someone you can trust. Also, make sure you have a friendly expression on your face. As a teacher, you need to communicate regularly with the parents. The objectives of this communication are for teachers to make sure parents have realistic expectations of what children are likely to achieve in a certain time frame, the scope of the curriculum and expected learning outcomes, rationale for the activity types used in lessons. Give positive, constructive, and specific feedback. Give examples of students' use of language or behavior. Give reasons for why they were able to speak or act in a certain way, and share an anecdote. Highlight any issues relating to development or meeting the objectives of the class. Suggest how parents can help their children outside of the classroom. The main ways to keep parents involved in their child's progress. Ensure you have lesson drop-in time. Allow for online comments and videos, photos, or audio that parents can have access to. Arrange for informal catch-ups before and after the lesson, or formal parent-manager meetings. Let's have a look at these in a little more detail. At the end of each lesson, parents can be invited in for 5 to 10 minutes. The main learning objectives can be shown on the board so the parents know what their children have studied and practiced. In this time, you can show the parents what the children have done and what they've learnt in the lesson. Perform the chant or song from the lesson. Say something about the story they read, or act out a conversation or drama activity they did. You can prepare the learners for this mini presentation by telling them they will perform the activity to the parents when you set it up in the lesson, and by letting them do a quick practice and giving feedback. One way to keep parents involved in their child's progress is via an app. For example, there's an assessed task for formative feedback. The teacher or an assistant takes a photo or records a video or audio of each child. For protection, only one child can be in the photo or video. They observe and take notes on each child's performance. At the end of the lesson, they select comments relating to the EYFS from a drop-down box. All uploaded data is checked by management before it's shared with parents via the app. Parents receive a link on WeChat, and they can see their child's work and read the teacher's comments. They can save and share the page and images or videos. Teachers can often meet with parents informally before or after class. Here, you may comment on the child's strengths and weaknesses. If the children receive stickers in each lesson, these are useful to start a conversation with the parents. You can also write short notes to help you. Ideally, the teaching team and school manager meet every day to make sure everyone knows what's happening and to share information about the students and courses. The teachers can discuss children's progress and/or report any issues as they come up. The head teachers are often responsible for passing the information on to the manager. The manager meets with parents if there are any problems and to discuss the child's overall progress. When communicating with parents, Think of how you can say things about different areas of learning and development. Language and communication, cognitive or thinking strategies, classroom behavior, learning strategies such as reviewing, planning work, and self-assessment, motivation or willingness, attitude or feelings and opinions. You can comment using the early years foundation stages areas. These are communication and language, physical development, personal, social, and emotional development, literacy, mathematics, understanding the world, expressive arts and design. Teachers may suggest specific activities and stories that parents can use to help their children. These can be home learning activities to reinforce or extend the work done in class. For more general advice, parents can ask and answer questions about their lessons and homework. Try to use English at home to review what has been covered in lessons. Set aside a time and place for homework. Explain challenging ideas that the child can't grasp in Chinese first. Once they understand, they switch back to English. Play games and have fun with English. Encourage the child to read simple stories in English or read with them. As they get older, children should read books they enjoy at an easy, independent level. Encourage active learning, such as asking and answering questions, solving problems, and exploring interests. This can happen at home, but also on the sports field, with friends, or when visiting malls, parks, museums, and bookshops. Monitor the child's activities and make sure he or she has time to complete their homework, do physical exercise, and rest. So a summary of the key points covered. Always be professional, polite, and approachable. Develop nonverbal and interpersonal skills. Comment on a range of areas for learning and development. Plan what to say to parents and how to say it. Help parents have realistic expectations. Be sensitive when discussing areas where the child needs support. Give parents advice for supporting their child at home. You're going to discuss communicating with parents in your next OT. By now, you should be familiar with what you need to do to prepare. Organize your notes and highlight the key information, concepts, and terms you learned. Prepare your questions and any comments that you want to raise with your group. Make some notes of any insights you want to share. Thanks for watching, and see you at the next OT.